Hey, this is Tubbs. I'm back again. And what I really wanted to make a video about this time in terms of the Cheese Boy Corner was being well off, more financially well off, socially well off, or in any type of sense. Do you guys also feel a personal responsibility to those that did not get what you got? So I'll say it in my sense. I grew up with my aunts, my uncles, my whole family, mother side mostly, which is hilarious, but quite common in my country. But mother side of the family, mom was working, she was really making sure that she can get things done. But basically, I grew up a good deal with some of my cousins, thinking they were like my family, like very close family in my very early years, from about like two, three, one, like early times. I still remember them quite vividly. And later on in life, okay, I start staying with my parents. We stay in the suburbs, stay in a pretty nice area, well off, everything else like that. And as I keep getting older, it's a combination of the fact that my parents do not miss a chance. Well, not so much now, but definitely back when I was growing up, to miss a chance to let me know that there's kids that don't have what I have, which always used to really irk me because I didn't ever feel that it was. I would be angry, but for the wrong reason. I'd be upset that they could use this against me. I'm like, oh, I don't want you guys having tools against me. I wish I could give all of those kids an even life and as good a life as I have, just so you can't complain. Not because you know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to have a good life. But more than everything, I want them to not be able to complain. But that's just a little quirk about myself growing up. But basically, later on, it came to the point where I'm like, okay, I have these benefits and these opportunities that my cousins don't have and everything else like that. That I owe it to them and to everybody who doesn't get the opportunity that I get to really shine as best I can. But the weird thing about that is you end up not knowing if they do the same. Are you taking on too much responsibility? Is this even something that you can control and everything else of that? It's very complicated, and I really do need to step into a bit more research about it. But I have an inkling that there's a lot of kids around about my age or even older and younger that might have this thing where you grew up in the suburbs and your family members, depending on your ethnicity, where you're from, what country you're from, did not have as much as you. And you are really tasked to do everything in your power to really shine and explode. Which is why I think I have to do it. I have to become everything that they see of me and everything they want of me in a way, because I get to do what some of them didn't get to do. And that's just that's beautiful, but that's also a lot of pressure sometimes. And I think that's the trade-off. You got to live more comfortably, but the pressure should be more on you to make sure you don't squander what you were given. Not every generation gets this. There's generations before myself, where in the country that I'm from, South Africa, if you couldn't tell by my accent, not really something that happens a lot of the time. And even the name of the show, Cheese Boy Corner, is actually really a reference to me being from the suburbs and speaking in this accent, because there's a variety of accents in every part of the world. Every country, they have their own subset of accents, but specifically with a suburban kid like myself, we kind of talk like this. I have my own little spice to it, but I guess somewhat interchangeable with most other people. But yeah, I'm a cheese boy, but I'm trying to own it as best I can. It is difficult, trust me, because the connotation of the word is, trust, if you did get called cheese boy enough times and got teased about it as a young kid, you do like, but that's, I guess, I'm not Americanizing that, like, I'm gonna take the word for me and mine, but I guess there's some truth to it, you know. So yeah, I really do wonder how much of a burden one should take for their blessings that they've been given, that they didn't really achieve or they earned. It was just random chance, luck, God, whatever you choose to believe. But nonetheless, you're here and it's time to perform. Or maybe I'm crazy, just let me know.